We will return to Calabash community in just a moment. There is more ahead on that trip to the Indian temple in Fokuli. I am Natalie Jolie-Fanis with the CTV News Brief. We begin with an explanation from Prime Minister Alan Chastanet after criticism that he has traveled too much within the first 100 days in office. Mr. Chastanet explained during his first nationally televised press conference that job creation is his main priority and he needs to drive efforts to convince investors to think of St. Lucia.
To see. And that is why I have taken it upon myself to have as many meetings as the Prime Minister to try to be able to expedite investment in this country. Desert Star is a very ambitious project, I admit that. But I think that the developers themselves have a great sense of confidence. I love the creativity of what they have done. And I think to be able to jumpstart St. Lucia and to create a buzz about St. Lucia, that is the kind of project that we need to be able to stimulate. And it has a lot of moving pieces because it has the horse racing track, it has the hotels, it has the marina, and it also has a university park.
Mr. Chastanet also spoke about regional transportation and the vexing issue of Liat. He says his party's proposal is to make Trinidad's Caribbean airline St. Lucia's national airline. He's also planning to withdraw St. Lucia's membership from the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority. These were among policy issues under consideration.
One of them is to make Caribbean Airlines our national carrier. And the second one was looking at moving our Civil Aviation Authority away from ECA and possibly moving it to Trinidad in order to be able to liberalize flights into St. Lucia. And Mr. Rez contacted me because he is now with some partners looking to open up a new airline in St. Lucia.
Mr. Chastanet says one of the biggest challenges facing St. Lucia is in the delivery of health care. A significant amount is already being allocated for health care, but a lot more is needed for the reconstruction of St. Jude Hospital and to complete the Owen King EU Hospital. He says St. Lucia can only meet its health care costs through a health care insurance program.
Clear. We said affordable, quality health care. So the way that the insurance program would work is they have some businesses that are currently providing health care insurance to their employees. So the company makes a contribution and the staff makes a contribution. They're only buying that healthcare insurance program for the members that work in their company. So imagine, if you will, that we have now one healthcare insurance program and that you have over 100,000 people buying into that program. The cost of healthcare insurance will come down considerably. So the idea would be is to work with the private sector, and we've had this mentioned with them, in that every company now provides healthcare insurance to their staff, and there's a joint contribution. The same thing with the public service. So everybody who's employed in the public service will have healthcare insurance, the staff will make a contribution, and the government make a contribution. So at that point, it's left really for the government to pay for pensioners who've made no contribution and don't have the ability to pay for themselves, people who are unemployed, and maybe not forever, but for a period of time, and then people who are below the poverty line.
The Prime Minister said there was no timeline on the completion of St. Jude. An audit being conducted hopefully will provide some suggestions. He says beyond that, the situation is bleak. An orientation exercise has taken place for medical interns at Victoria and St. Jude hospitals. We have the details in this report from the Ministry of Health.
15 medical interns last week received an orientation from the Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Sharon Belma George. The 2016 batch of medical students who have just completed 7 years of study in the Caribbean will undergo 1-year internship training at Victoria Hospital and St. Jude Hospital in the south of the island. During the activity, Dr. Belma George welcomed the new doctors to the health sector and impressed upon them the need to maintain health standards, especially as the country is on the verge of opening 2 brand new hospitals.
We are quite pleased to have the extra human resource within our health system, and we are hoping that when they come in, they will learn our health system to be able to serve and to assist us in the development of health care. We were giving them an idea of how the health system works and what is expected of them while they are at the hospital. They will be getting a further orientation on the different specialty areas when they reach the hospital. Some are going to VH from this afternoon for orientation and St. Jude's on Monday. They will be getting orientation on doctor-patient care, on the softer skills, and also in terms of medical ethics. All of that will be a part of the year's training that they receive at the hospitals.
Dr. Donny Glasgow, who studied at the Medical University of Matanzas in Cuba, was very grateful for the opportunity he received and explained the purpose of his orientation and what he intends to gain from the experience.
Practice what we have learned, to learn more from those ahead of us, our seniors, and serving the people of St. Lucia.
Are you looking forward to that?
I am. I have prepared 7 years just to serve my people. I'm pretty much looking forward to it.
Another medical intern, Dr. Annie Alexander, whose ultimate goal is to specialize in endocrinology, shares her motivation for studying medicine.
I had an aunt that got really sick, and I guess at the time feeling completely helpless, like not being able to help at all at the moment, it was really a deciding factor in studying medicine.
She took some time to express her desire to serve her country in Spanish, the language of her studies.
Lo que quiero decir a la gente de Santa Lucía es que estoy dispuesto y quiero dar lo mejor que puedo a mi pueblo. He said that I am available and I'm looking forward to giving my best to my country.
Approximately 21 medical interns are currently serving at the island's two main public hospitals. Reporting from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Michael Gaston.
President of the World Tourism and Travel Council, David Scousil, has warned the Caribbean governments of the need to take urgent action to remove aviation and visa restrictions. He said these were major impediments to the development of the tourism sector. Scousil told the Caribbean Tourism Organization State of the Industry Conference that he remains astonished that after decades of discussion and negotiations among Caribbean states, intra-regional travel remains amazingly unproductive. Warning that the Caribbean risks being left behind, the WTTC official observed that since then, other countries and regions have moved toward common aviation and open sky agreements. He says taxation is far too high in Caribbean aviation. Mr. Scousil also wants a common visa system. The Financial Investment and Consultancy Services, FIX, has come to the assistance of students at the Babonneau Secondary School. 2 lucky students are receiving scholarship support. This follows a similar exercise in Choiseul. We have details in this report.
Today's assembly was perhaps one of the most anticipated assemblies for the principal, staff, and students of the Babonneau Secondary School. It was a day that the school joined hands with the Ministry of Education, notable members of the community, and the Board of Directors of FIX to honor the life and work of the past principal of the Babonneau Primary School, Peter Joseph. The Peter Joseph Scholarship is awarded annually to the top CXC performer at the Babonneau Secondary School by the Board of Directors of FIX Limited. This year, the recipient happens to be O'Neill Edward of Tishime Babonneau. Chairman of FIX Limited, Mr. George Theophilus, encouraged students to not just excel academically, but to also find creative ways to give back to the community.
But we need, in this small island state of ours, to recognize that the people who contribute to the development of our island state, our different communities, must be recognized. So that you young people who are growing up will recognize that if you serve your community well, I understand Mr. Edward is already doing that in football. And there are a whole set of areas of activity where you can excel.
The financial institution also presented the awardee from the previous year, Ms. Kataj Joseph, with a check to go towards the second year of her studies at the Sarfa Lewis Community College. Niece of Peter Joseph, Miss Raymond Joseph, was at the ceremony and shared a few stories about the life and work of her late uncle.
When Peter Joseph assumed the position of the headmaster of the Babonneau RC Primary School in 1939, I believe he fell in love with the community of Babonneau, which is why he never left and remained until his death in 1997. Amid the underdevelopment which confronted him, he recognized potential and set about transforming the community into the vibrant one that we see today. He initiated several clubs and organizations: Scouts, Guides, Babonneau Young Farmers Club. And I remember as a child coming to the headmaster's house on the hill behind the school, and there was always some agricultural enterprise going on.
According to the school's principal, Terence Funelo, Babonneau Secondary recorded a remarkable improvement in this year's CXC examination results. However, when it came to the top performer and new recipient of the Peter Joseph Scholarship, Funelo says that he wasn't surprised at all.
This is a young man, very disciplined, very focused, and he's fulfilling his potential. I've had the pleasure of watching him over 5 years. For 5 years, and he has been exemplary, Father, almost a priest.
Today, I humbly accept this scholarship as a reward for my accomplishments this far. To me, this is an undeniable mark of optimism as it relates to your faith in my abilities and in my quest to further my studies.
This year marks the second year that FIX has presented the Peter Joseph Scholarship to the Babonneau Secondary School. And like the Luska and Bernadette Theophilus scholarships, the company has promised to continue to do so in honor of those who paved the way for education and the national development of St. Lucia.
And finally tonight, Olympian Laverne Spencer was celebrated in Castries through a flash mob on Saturday. It was an opportunity for fans and the public to interact with the high jumper, who is currently placed at number 6 in the world. Lucky fans also got the Olympian to sign autographs.
On behalf of the Olympic Committee, which has supported Laverne for the last 4 years consecutively, we really want to say thanks to her, and in a little way, we want to say much appreciation for the work that she's done. The Olympic Committee is a voluntary organization that supports national athletes, and of course, we are here with Laverne to present to her this sum of $10,000 today for her achievement at the Games this year.
I'm also happy to receive this award. It was always an incentive for anyone who made it to the finals, and I think I worked really hard and I did that, so my results actually, awarded me for that performance. I know I didn't win the medal, but I did my best. But I'm happy that everybody is here to support me, and thank you all for your prayers and supporting me throughout the games.
I'm feeling myself and I'm feeling a vibe.
And that is the CTV News tonight. Calabash Community with Bernard Fanis returns shortly. And following that, a new episode of Chef Android with Valentine Dantes. Please stay tuned. I am Natalie Jolie-Fanis saying goodbye for now.
Winwood and Leeward Brewery Limited presents the 9th annual Oktoberfest and Quail on Sunday, October 2nd at the Promenade in Beausejour from 2 p.m. Come enjoy a wide range of international and local beers while you savor delicious Creole cuisine and take in the best in Creole entertainment, featuring DYP, Avot Service, The Secret Band, Ronald Buhinkson, and many more, including headliner Bogey Bear from Martinique. Tickets cost $30 in advance, you pay more at the door. It's Oktoberfest and Quail. Come sample a world of beer, great Creole food and music. Sunday, October 2nd at the Promenade in Beausejour. And allez, must be 18 and older to enter.
Anyone knows where we can get money to pay for Daddy's hospital bills?
Don't worry, Granny. Just fix it.
We too are trying to get money for repairs and renovations, but we just don't know where.
Daddy, just fix it.
Honey, nothing's broken. We're just looking for a place to get money at a reasonable rate.
I know, Mommy, and that's what I'm saying. Just fix it.
At Fix, we provide a wide range of affordable loan facilities that are tailored to fit the needs of everyone. From personal loans to equity financing, whatever your needs, we can fix it. Fix, a company you can trust.
It's made from natural cranberry extract and premium purified water. Its small size makes it easy to pack or grab and go. It makes drinking water much more desirable for kids. And it's produced right here in St. Lucia. What exactly are we talking about? Introducing the new and refreshing crystal clear cran water. The perfect blend of water and cranberry to give you a healthy and enjoyable drinking experience. Add some flavor to life with the all-new crystal clear cran water in stores now.